the allotment garden, I grow a lot of berries. I grow strawberries, I grow raspberries, blueberries, but probably one of my most favorite is blackberries, and in particular, thornless blackberries. Now, the reason that I love them so much is that not only do they produce the biggest, juiciest blackberries you've ever seen, but they're also extremely easy to care for. You can grow thornless blackberries from plants that you purchase in a garden center or order from an online nursery. You can also easily propagate them from cuttings, and a lot of my thornless blackberries have been developed that way. I have not only this trellis along here, but I have another trellis of them at the foot of my adjoining allotment plot. And the only thing that they really require to grow is having some manure or mulch laid on them in the autumn and spring, and also to be pruned. The type of thornless blackberry that I grow is a semi-sprawling variety, and it needs training on a trellis, and the canes are going horizontal on 2 to 3 wires. And they're floricane, and that means that they fruit on second year wood. So the first year they grow green and lush and take up a lot of space and grow lots of foliage but no berries. The second year is when they produce those berries. And then after that harvest or that season, they die off. And the canes turn brown and withered, and you have to remove them and make more space for new canes to start growing and to be trained along the trellis as well. So today I'm going to take advantage of this lovely winter sunshine and take this dead wood out. I'm going to show you how I do it, and then I'm going to tie in any of the new canes that have been left lying since summertime. So we're just looking at the base of this plant, and I've just noticed there's a ladybird. See if I can get a little bit closer. Can you see her? Oftentimes new wood looks green, and it's very apparent that that is new wood, but sometimes it's purple, like this one. So you've got to be careful. Just look for the little buds, and if you can see leaves and signs of life on the cane, then leave it in. In contrast, this is another piece of dead wood, and you can see that it is kind of lacking in shine and vibrancy, and there are no signs of anything growing off of it. Because some of the green canes are already tied in and I don't want to disturb them, the best way to get this old wood out is to cut it in sections and then carefully pull it out. And I will say cut this one maybe a couple of inches from the ground at an angle, and then go and chop it again. And if it needs to, I'll cut it again, but that one didn't really need to. All the dead wood is removed now, and it's decision time. So on this trellis, I've got 3 wires. And what I'm going to have to decide is my 3 strongest canes going this way need to be selected and tied in, and 3 that way, and everything else needs to be trimmed back as well. Taking out all of the spindly green canes will actually invigorate the other ones to produce even better berries next year, and it will also stop any kind of crowding. And when you have lots of canes touching one another and lots of crowding, it can actually invite fungus and disease, and you get your berries rotting on the canes, and no one likes that, do we? This blackberry is finished now, and you can see that there are 3 canes going to the left, 3 going to the right, and I've also tied 1 going vertically, so this guy right here. So there's 7 canes in total there. Actually, I've left a little one up here as well. I need to come back and trim that one down. The one over here is a little bit less conventional though. So the main plant is very vigorous, but the main canes were growing off that way. So I've tied those 2 in. One in the center here I've tied it in vertically, and there's a branch going to the left and to the right on the middle bar there. A smaller cane I've tied into the bottom here just because there was nothing else to choose. And then there's actually a second plant just there, and I've tied it into the top wire here. Well, that's one row down, just one more to go, and then this task will be finished for another year. And in the meantime, I will enjoy a delicious summer harvest of thornless blackberries. Now, if you are interested in growing thornless blackberries yourself, I have a video on how to create a trellis to grow them on. I highly recommend them. You can pick them up at many garden centers, and they're the type of garden plant that just keeps on giving year after year. Perennials are the best. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next week for another video here on the Lovely Greens YouTube channel. See you then.